Hello and welcome back. Today we are playing as Sokoto in Victoria 3. Last episode we managed to get free of Great Britain's market as a protectorate. We did a lot of saving and loading, pretty scummy. We did this because it's a perfect time with them having this revolution, that this revolution is going to crush them, so maybe we could have waited a little while for the revolution to be kind of doing better, but I think that they might even beat the revolution. I'm not sure. We certainly made it more likely that a revolution succeeds, and our economy is having some problems. We are losing a ton of money. We have to institute a whole bunch of trade routes to make everything work because there was a bunch of stuff going on with the British at the start, and so this episode we're going to be trying to fix a lot of this stuff, starting with getting rid of these enlistment efforts, which we had used to mobilize a whole bunch of extra troops, and instead putting back in consumption taxes on tobacco and luxury furniture. Now that's just barely denting it. We'll also increase taxes a little bit, but the main thing is we gotta, fix all of this junk. So we will try and import as much as we can from the British, the French, and these aren't really profitable. We mainly want to be doing trade routes that do not use a lot of convoys up. So we're going to find a different one for fish. Grain, we're having problems. All right. This is going to take a ton of convoys is really the problem here. Sulfur. Yeah, we're really concerned about the convoys issues in general. Which one's most productive, I guess? A lot of the most productive ones are going to be with the British, but if we split them around, we do have some level of convoys from both the French and the British, so why don't we split up French and British, because we have an adjacency to both of these. I don't think we have an adjacency with the North Germans. Oh, we do have an adjacency because of this, but we're not even next to that. How do we have an adjacency with North German market? We do have an adjacency with the Egyptian market, though. Just gonna import a little bit from them. Alright, so fish. Let's see if we can do another bunch of import routes. We are gonna need more bureaucracy to make all this work. We're probably gonna need to swap to free trade, actually. Tripoli is very productive, and we are adjacent to them. We're adjacent to Britain, and we're adjacent to the French. So let's do those. We definitely need this. I'm going to do some from Britain. And some from French. I think we kind of did all this. And now we need to export a lot of these other goods that are super, super cheap. Yikes. Ethiopian has an open market, which is nice. I'm gonna try and export luxury clothes as well. The quantity we're doing of the exports is probably more important than the efficiency, because we're looking to make our own local businesses much more profitable. Productivity, it does matter, though. Export these to Morocco. Just not as much. British. And we are going to try and, after this tick of whatever law we're trying to pass, we're probably going to swap to all of our rivalries get broken because they were all with tiny, tiny countries, which is kind of funny. We want a trade agreement with Great Britain, probably. So we're doing a ton of trade with them, or France. Well, I'm fine with the Conservative Party gaining a little bit of power. We will delete this instantly, because we have quite enough unis. We have some shortages. Now, France, we would also love a trade agreement. We're going to improve relations with them. We get protected speech. So we are running an authority negative, so this is going to be a bit painful as well. We want to switch to free trade, though. And we will get rid of one of these and decrease this because we have less authority on the back of getting free speech. But this is going to help a whole lot with the tech spread, because now our tech spread is increased quite a lot because it's modified positively by protected speech and less negatively by unrecognized regional power. Keep colonies damaging relations. This is fine. Is there anyone out there who would take a trade agreement? No, we need more. We need more juice. We can rival. I guess we could rival Great Shing and Egypt. I'd like to diplo acquire Egypt. Who will accept a trade agreement? Ottomans and Chile are close. So if we do a bunch of trade volume with the Ottomans, which for whatever reason we have an adjacency with, I'm not sure how that works out. They have really expensive coffee. We can send them coffee. Which uses no convoys. We have negative convoys. Send some to the French and the British. Let's just send them whichever's most productive. And Egypt, that too, I guess. And I think the most important thing is going to be getting convoys up. So we're going to do a lot of this. I'm going to do some of this. And we're going to look in the back of the queue and find these ports, and we're going to increase these ports up. So we desperately need some convoys to make everything work. Could try and export some of this. Which does the highest volume? French, Ottomans. Love a trade agreement with these guys. We're going to improve relations. We'd love any trade agreements, actually. Because we are hemorrhaging this. And this. And this. Everything's grim. Just how it is after you get booted out of the market. We will accept this trade agreement. And now we will do as much volume of trade as we can with the Ottomans. Now that we have this situation. So they need dyes, porcelain, clothes, tools, and fertilizer. We are sending fertilizer. So let's dyes, clothing. Porcelain. Fine art. It's kind of expensive. And what do you have cheap? You have munitions, engines, wine. I don't think we produce much wine, so wine we will import. We also need grain generally. So let's import grain from them. And we can take a look at our market. What's really expensive? Lead, silk, grain, wood. Lead, silk, grain, and wood. So we'll import lead from them. No, can't. Silk from them? Yep, we can. Grain, we are already importing. Fabric, I think we can't do it profitably. Wood. Where's softwood? What's most productive? America's pretty good. Ethiopian's good. Maybe we can get another trade agreement somewhere. What are we using? A bunch of stuff. We're damaging relations with Spain. I don't think we need to do that anymore. Yikes. Gotta import more silk. Italians are gonna be great. French is gonna be great. This huge deficit is a problem. This bugginess U in the UI is a bit of a problem. I don't know what drives that exactly. And we get an election which puts the wrong person in power that we want in power. We wanted, I think our industrialist guy was the guy before, who was quite a bit better. No, not him. Maybe it was this guy. New election, new me, but that is a lot more of a problem. So we will have to decrease consumption taxes again. Consumption taxes aren't exactly the problem. The problem is our buildings are not profitable at all. Don't know who's using steamers. It's not us. It's one of our subjects. Let's try and import. It looks like no convoys to Germans. Try and improve relations with them, maybe? Problem is we want to keep the ability to force recognition on some of these guys. Oh, maybe we could have fought in here? No, definitely not. This is weird. I've never seen this Kabu succession thing. We can vassalize them or something. I don't think this works the way I think it might. I don't know. This is starting to improve quite a bit as the markets start to sort things out. We do have really expensive wood still. We do want to try and get it cheap. Where can we do the most? I mean, I guess with just the British. We would love a trade agreement with the British because all of our like market situation with the British was they're protective. I mean, they will accept a trade agreement pretty easy, it looks like. Who can we get a trade agreement with? Italy, perfect. So now we will do a bunch of trade with them. We'll look to import grain, wood. Just all the stuff I remember being expensive. We'll export fertilizer. Oh, we already are. Grain, wood. Already importing silk. You need engines, though. We can send you engines. Can't send you transportation, can send you steel. Can send you dyes, but would rather not. Might be able to send you tools. Yeah, I can send you tools. Can send tools to Kebab as well. And the French and these guys in Tripolitania and Kabu as well. North Germany is probably better to do. Kabu is really profitable though. Luxury clothes we can export to the Italians and the Ottomans, it looks like. Luxury furniture, same deal. Paper, probably. Kabu needs it. That's fine. Porcelain, we want to send them. Maybe this starts to fix things. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Stuff's starting to get profitable again. And then free trade should also pick stuff up significantly as well. We are getting, yeah, that's like a nothing burger from tariffs. Okay, we gotta get more lead. I think that we also import from the Italians. We can also make our own lead as well. Ottomans are importing, or they're exporting fabric to us, it looks like. We can add some of these to the queue as well. Our queue's not full. So let's do this. Finish out the logging camps here, I think. We had some softwood problems, you know what I mean? Happens when you get older. Still hemorrhaging some money, but not as much. Now, what is not profitable in terms of trade routes? We'll get rid of them. Okay. Old ways is not something we're a fan of. Or it's deactivated. Perfect. We love when it's deactivated. Can maybe come off of this. This is costing us 9k and 4k. That's not too bad. We also might need to call on these guys once more to fulfill their oaths. We will also try and export fertilizer a bit more. Yeah, fertilizer, hardwood, rubber, ammo, oil, fertilizer. Export hardwood. Would rather people export it from us. Can't really export much fertilizer. Rubber we want to use ourselves soon. Free trade right off the bat is very nice because now we have a huge refund on our bureaucracy. And our trade routes will also just generally do a lot better. We could reform just the Intelligentsia are so caked up because we have the two level 51 unis. And also right now the Industrialists have no money because everything's wrecked right now. I'm looking for ports. Graduated taxation would be nice. You know what? We might be able to do that because the Industrialists are really weak right now. Can we do this? That's not very good looking. Yeah, this is what we would have to try and do. But could try and push. Also on the lookout for being able to go multiculturalism, but it's not probably going to work right now. Oh my god, I blanked out on what we were looking for. Well, getting rid of restricted child labor would be nice. Oh yeah, we wanted to swap to this. Weird agrarian trade unionist landowners thing was kind of not the bee's knees. These guys are like contested though, so maybe we just do this anyway. Stupid landowners. It's unacceptable, but I don't hate this because then we get to start pushing through the stuff we want. And landowners, I think, ditch the government anyways here because they get so mad, which is super good for us. We are going to start acquiring a little bit more infamy on stuff for now. So why don't we do some smaller infamy like annexations? Kabu's importing glass. Kabu's about to be no more, though. Just a hot second. We can export some of this stuff. I mean, it will make our businesses more profitable, so I guess we want to. Just not long term. We don't want to forget that we're exporting it. It's the most productive is what we want. Oop. Boatmaker thing should also be getting really profitable around now. Yeah, it is on auto expand. Some of that. The back of the queue. Civilizing missions, kind of the timing on that's pretty good because we can increase up to it. And stuff's starting to get profitable. Not super profitable yet. A lot of this is all still pretty messed up. We really need cheaper that stuff. Lead. We can switch on covered markets. This will use less wood, which we have a shortage of, and help with the glass and steel, which help that to be more profitable. Because currently I think we're exporting some of that stuff. People are importing stuff from us as well, so this is also picking this stuff up. We are paying a ton in interest and a ton in subsidies right now, though. So we have to start chipping away at this. We're gonna switch these PMs back. Civilizing mission is turned on. So we're gonna go up. We're going to take a look at our trade routes, see what's not productive. Looks like these are not productive. We'll get rid of them. We will see if we can get any more trade agreements. Mahara does not want to change to our customs union. Customs union. We're not close to getting any of these guys in our customs union. I think we want to try and go for Ethiopia. We could bankroll them. They're cautious currently. We can improve relations, bankroll them, maybe get them in the customs union, then protectorate them. Except tributary in this case. Don't think we can afford a bankroll though. What are we spending this on? Who are we damaging relations with? Zanzibar, Tripolitania. We're improving relations with the US. We could stop doing that, I think. And then we can look to get trade agreements. I think we just looked at this, but Chile and Denmark will say yes. Liberia is close. Okay. Improved fertilizer is going to be nice as well. And I do think it improves, yeah. We just finished a bunch of chem plants, so this is going to be nice. Down to 100k negative, and a huge portion of this is the interest we are paying. Which we still don't want to deficit spend. We are an unrecognized major power, but we're still an unrecognized power. We're just gonna 51 this bad boy. Now, what are you? You're having trouble getting people. We can turn on first aid. I think we have opium anywhere but over here. Let's get rid of this and get more opium. Can't do it there. Can do it here. These are kind of profitable though. Also, would very much want to keep an eye on being able to get recognition. A new tax system would be also fantastic, by the way. We are trying to switch to it now, but we'll make so much more on this. Down to 60k, very nice. Some of these are no longer profitable, so we'll delete them. Rubber's ungodly cheap, but we can get that. We don't want negative approval. We actually really want to push getting positive approval with the trade unionists, which we have, which the workforce ratio and manufacturing industries throughput bonuses are so good. We're going to try and probably maintain this the rest of the game. We want to piss off the landowners because then they'll leave government and then we'll be more acceptable, more legitimate. So anything we can do to make the landowners mad, we kind of want to do. Once they get to -10, they leave the government automatically. Looks like we are about to finish them off here. So we're gonna smack them with our button. That's a lot of manufacturers to just pick up for free-ish. I think we might just annex one of these guys in here. It is a little expensive, but no one can really interfere with us that easily on this. And it will help us later to have more fronts into the Congo here, as we eventually go malaria prevention. Hopefully we get a nice lucky tick here, but that would help out a tremendous amount. Now we're only -10k. Perfect. We're having a really big come up here. Can we import more of this? Not really. We can import from the Russians. I think we do want to have that route just in place because the Russians can produce a lot. And it will encourage them to produce more. Oh, Kabu? Kabu gets independence? $283k. That's nothing. We're gonna take on their debt and improve relations with them. And probably start bankrolling them as well. Yeah, this is nothing burger for a bankroll. We can absolve the obligation. I think they'll accept a trade agreement after we've absolved. No, we're still cordial, but they're gonna, now they're cautious. We can try and get these guys into the customs union pretty easy and then protectorate them. They have a huge pop, but like no economy. So this is gonna be big. If we can do it. Death and taxes, you're telling me? We'll take the enactment chance. And now we are making money. Now we don't want to be paying interest, so we want to get out of debt, so we're not gonna up construction yet, but we will later. SOL is still cranking up. Things are recovering pretty nicely. Gonna take a look what trade routes we can do. Gonna try and import some steel. Ooh, we can do a lot of this. And want to import it again from Kabu and Egypt, I think, as well. And Morocco. Morocco, eventually, we want to get in. So let's see, sulfur. We can import sulfur from Kabu. Can import it from Austria as well. Wood. Doesn't make money. Doesn't make money. Doesn't make money. Okay. Smiley, frowny. No. Okay. Export. We'll export these to the Kabu market. And to the Egyptian market and Ethiopian market and the Algerian market. And Italian market because we have a trade agreement. should pick things up a bit too. Supplying a huge chunk of the world's clothes. What is our GDP? We're number 4, coming on up. I think we... Well, if they're protective, well, we could get a trade agreement with Great Britain now, which is excellent, which is going to refund a ton. And I think Great Britain would support us versus France, generally speaking. Probably, how is that? It's hard to get an alliance, but we do want to kick the French out of here and the North German Federation out of here. So if the fewer people we can get on this Congo area, the less infamy we'll have to spend doing stuff later. Oop, I think we forgot to incorporate that. Nope, we didn't forget to incorporate that. Wow, was it really only 2 years to do? Or have 5 years passed? Wild. We're incorporating that right now. We do have some unspent construction. So we're going to take a look at tools and see where are we close to 51. We're close to 51 in Volta. And this will be 37, it'll be 41, so we'll 51 all those places. And Houseland, we'll 51 that there. We'll add a couple of rails. The front there. We really want to get recognition, so we're just trying to keep an eye on if there's any war it looks like we can engage in. We don't have skirmish infantry. It's possible we want to maybe... Well, skirmish infantry is actually going to be the first thing we want after malaria prevention. If we don't already have it somehow. We are getting a ton here of natural tech spread at this point. You notice a lot of it's from unspent innovation and then further modified. Our literacy rate is also cranking up really fast. This building is so dumb here. Like, stupid strong. What I mean. The mosque, which is giving us 20% education access, which is driving up our literacy at a rate that, like, you don't see normally. So... yeah, I think this is going to be the first country. We get an obligation, we're going to absolve it. Now they're amicable. Hopefully they can change off cautious soon. And we take this. It's just we're already incorporating, so that's perfect. Can we conquer state these guys? It's 11 infamy. That will kick us over. So we will just look to maybe... can annex Isaac. Could also just chill for a bit. Don't hate chilling. Wouldn't hate opening Japan's market, actually. So let's do this, and maybe this. Persia, long term, we might want to try and get into the market. We can get Egypt, Ottoman, Persia. This would be nice. We have a little bit of excess Diplo, but it is increasing. It is helping us decay our infamy faster. Colonial affairs has increased, which now we're going to colonize even faster. Let's actually take a look, because I don't think we're probably not colonizing in enough spots anymore. No, we are. We just have the slow speed. Oh, Great Britain has the malaria prevention tech. We did not manage to beat them to it. That is unfortunate. That is rough for us. We are colonizing in enough spots. I mean, we could maybe... I don't think we can fight the UK for Ireland and this, but we really want to, but I don't think... We gotta try and play nice with the people who are... Oh, literally just Spain is the rival, only rival. We can return state on Spain. We just fight Spain and Italy. Well, don't want to fight Italy. Do maybe want to bankroll these guys. It's kind of expensive. We're not adjacent to Morocco. I mean, we could look to Diplo integrate. Yeah, this is starting to cost a lot of infamy, so maybe we stop damaging relations here and we start improving relations. And we start bankrolling, and we look to Diplo integrate AAA as well. Just shifting gears here. Starting to make a good amount of money, but again, we don't want to be paying interest. So we are going to look to let that knock out the interest payments before we turn on steel frame construction, unless we have a huge investment pool, which we don't. Hopefully we get a decent tick on graduated taxation here. 17% is okay. And I think no one in government directly opposes it, if I'm not mistaken. No, the landowners do. The landowners, man, do they really oppose it. I wish we could make them more angry, because then they would hop out of government. Alright, nice. We're gonna get a tier 4 society tech before we have all the tier 2 mil techs. This is just kind of a little bit of how this run is going. We can return state CB France or Spain. We can also take some of this, but we can make the landowners pissed enough. This should make them... What? It was -3. This should pop you out. You should have gone from -7 to -10. What? Unfortunate. We really want the landowners to get a -10 so they jump out, because that'll also make us more legitimate. Unfortunate. Decent on the infamy front. Smooth Wars is nice. Not super nice. We wished a different tech was spreading to us, but it's something. We don't want that minus attack chance, but minus 10% tax income is super painful. And it's just for 5 years anyways, either way. And we get minus 10% enactment chance. What we are going to do is we're going to take this, and then we are going to come off of graduated, and we're going to try and do proportional instead. And allegedly this radicalizes the landowners. But I don't see radicalization here. Unfortunate. We are also okay with this, tax system. What is this? The peasant revolt. Okay, so I think we want to help him out, actually. Actually, let's see which one is happier with us. We could take on their debt and then invite them to the customs union. So Kabu's already... yeah, so we will look to side with Kabu. We will put this down for them. And then bring them into the customs union. Yeah, they have market access problems. And then we will take on their debt. And then invite them to the customs union once they say yes. Which will give them market access. They want a trade agreement, but they won't need it in a sec. Our first customs union member. Yay. So, they're in. This is going to be a big deal for us, too. Let's swap it all over. It's not as big a deal on the industrial stuff, but on the rural stuff, it does get you a lot more investment pool transfer. Also, if places are not fully employed, it gets you more investment pool transfer, which is kind of complicated to explain why, but that's how it works. We will not do it. We will keep these privately owned because that'll make them more profitable generally. And these ones are going to make the big difference. Let's scroll to the top first. I wish you could just swap all. Oh, and we also had this one come in. steam-powered threshing machines. We will swap over even if it's not profitable. It's just barely profitable, but it's labor saving. I'm gonna check and see if we have a radical of any sort in terms of intergroup IG. Or I mean intergroup ideology. Because we do want to swap. Is this still bugged? Oh, they debugged it. For the longest time you couldn't swap. Alright, boom booms are expensive. Ammo's cheap because we don't have skirmish infantry yet. And we are almost out of deficit. Loyalists are decreasing for some reason. That's kind of unfortunate. Ooh, I think I figured out what. Let's start decreasing taxes, actually. Yeah, we could decrease it twice and be in a new legitimacy bracket, but I don't think we can afford to decrease it twice, so we'll just decrease it once. Well, we should get a fairly easy push into here. We have a bigger customs union growing is going to be big for us. It's unfortunate. Maybe we can try and get Argentina or whatever into the customs union. It's going to be really hard to tributary them though. I think if you're recognized, you really don't like unrecognized country being your overlord. Yeah, we're just going to enforce super quick here. I think they give us an obligation because we join with them. I'm not sure exactly how that works. No, we did not. How close are we? So we could, if we get a... We can tributary them as soon as we get a... whatchamacallit. Which is going to be nice. SOL is increasing even more. Let's take a look. I know we recently increased our demand for engines by quite a bit. Let's try and 51 some spots. Alright, we're going to do that in Kenya and add a few railways. Just play a little whack-a-mole in general. Alright, in good shape here. And you're defending the borders now. You cocksuckers. Okay. That's fine if we can get, no, it's not fine. We can't get them. Right? Because they're already friendly and genial. Oh well. We'll be working these guys next. I think Ethiopia we can maybe start working. Just gonna try and keep an eye on the great powers. If one of them revs, we will look to immediately declare war on them for recognition. GDP is pretty big. We're coming on up too. UK is really large too, though. I think, well, I'm going to turn on a little bit more steel frame construction in the capital here. So that'll fill up some of the vacancies. Our investment pool is growing, so that means that we want to turn on some of these construction centers to a steel frame. Because that should start draining the investment pool. Before, the investment pool was not growing. But we want it to be draining because this will eat up some of those changes. Which should, or whatever. We'll just do this for now. Just added like 300 construction-ish by swapping over. feminism is up next, and then we're gonna go ahead of time for malaria prevention, which is going to take like 5 years or something. Yeah, 4. So it's gonna be a while. But UK already has it, but they don't have a very high level institution here. Yeah, we'll push the issue through. Investment pool is draining now, which is perfect. We are up quite a bit of construction. Oh, that is why it's draining. Okay, let's take a look here. We do have 51 here. So we're going to start increasing the levels kind of wherever. Let's see if we have... No, we don't have insufficient diplomatic pact. Well, we do really want a trade agreement with Great Britain. We potentially even want an alliance with Great Britain. We really want to move and shake a bit, so we'll improve relations with them. Hopefully we can preserve that. Unused construction. Pretty sure we're using it all. France sides with Hooligan. What is this about? Well, if a war pops off and France is in it, we might want to get France out of the colony game then by going after Gabon. Or going after Heroland. Let's see. Just a moment. Sorry about that. We are back. This might be a good opportunity. If the Great Britain and France really go at it, this would be a decent opportunity to maybe declare forced recognition on France. Now, one of the problems with forced recognition... Oh, do we just have a truce with them? No, we don't have a truce with them. We just don't have an interest where their capital is. So we could solve that pretty easily. But if we can do that, we could also try and, stop them from colonizing a bit. It looks like they are picking up speed. If we take a look here, they have malaria prevention now. So this is something that is a bit annoying. We kind of want to get them out of here. Spain, I don't think, has malaria prevention. I think the North Germans might. But generally speaking, we're trying to get these guys out of here before they can start spreading like a cancer. Also, something we quickly observed, Vulcanization, very nice gnat spread, and General Staff, a very nice gnat spread. So we're doing pretty well in terms of what's gnat spreading. Anarchism's coming through. I'm guessing identification documents will be... We're not going to even be ahead of time going on malaria prevention, so maybe we should just go malaria prevention now. The problem is we're so close to finishing feminism anyway. But yeah, other people are getting malaria prevention ahead of us, so this seems like a little bit of a miss. Also, it seems to be the case that it doesn't say this anywhere, but just looking at the numbers, technology spread might be capped at exactly twice, exactly double what you have your cap is. Because currently 237 is, I guess it's not exactly double. 139, that would be 287. Never mind, just kidding. But in any case, we're going to get anarchism soon. Not going to go anarchy, but we're going to get it. In the thing. We are going to look to decrease taxes as we start to get to... what is it? Not paying any interest. We're slowly getting out of that. Which is alright. Yeah. Very curious to see how involved this war gets. Also, once we get General Staff, this is going to be a really big deal, because currently our military is much, much worse, and it will be not so much worse once we get Skirmish Infantry, because that's a really big jump in terms of the PM. Of course, they're approaching Trench. Okay, so they're at war now. And maybe we can get force recognition on them. We're gonna actually take a little bit of save here. The problem is they also have US on their side as well. So... And I do think we have to land them ourselves in order to get force recognition. I don't know why savings takes so long now. I think it started with like 1.2. But maybe we can land them. Probably not. They have a ton of radical problems, though. Radical pops. You know what? They might be about to rev. So maybe we chill. And when they rev, then we go for them. Because they have a lot of radical pops. And they have radical pops in the capital and stuff, too. Yeah. This is quite a bit of turmoil from radical pops. Free States of America wants a trade agreement. I think we're fine with this. Although we might have to fight them soonish. And they're importing hardwood from us, that's fine. We do need to generate a bit more government and bureaucracy, so we're going to come in here and we're going to start trending this towards 51 if we can. And we're going to immediately swap over to skirmish infantry. And, you know, tentatively, we kind of maybe want to swap these over to skirmish infantry. I'm not sure exactly. We do want to delete this barracks in Uganda. And we're going to go first aid as well. Ooh, this doesn't require opium anymore? I didn't even notice. They changed the PM. So we're going to swap those over, which will help us out quite a bit on that front. I'm just considering swapping these over as well. It's going to cost quite a bit, but considering we might be... We're looking for a spot to Dow France. And if they rev, we're going to do it. We get an obligation from Tripolitania as well, starting to expand in these streets. We will absolve the obligation. Hopefully they come off cautious soon. These guys aren't cooperative, but they are defending the borders, unfortunately. Which if they got off of it and we got an obligation from, we would be able to pull them in, but we can't. Maybe we should have backed the peasants. Because I think the peasants... Well, actually, the peasants are probably more likely to defend the borders. Even more. So... Don't want to... Just take the authority hit. We can afford it. Are working on proportional taxation right now. Would love to cut Great Britain out of Hero Land as well. Just taking a pause, seeing how this war seems to be going between France and Great Britain. Alright, France has not, or Great Britain has not landed on them. Yeah, one of the troubles is that no one will ever, the great powers never support you. Force recognition warring. And now we are finally going for malaria prevention. 29 months. And elastics is huge for us because we produce quite a lot of rubber. We hadn't really been using it up until now. Of course, now we have a rubber shortage. We will fix that right up. Revolution in North India, that won't really affect us. I think we're going to swap some more of this construction over. We have most of it on steel frame already. Just a little bit more to go. But we want the investment pool to start draining a bit more. And so this will help towards that end. Because right now it's growing. And that increases the cost of the good, or it increases the good usage. Are you gonna rev, my guy? We could embargo them. I don't think that forces the rev through. Are these numbers going up? A lot of turmoil. A lot of turmoil. We've like doubled construction here. After getting freedom. Freedom! Yes, small pockets of oil is quite nice. I think we still just have really expensive lead, right? We have a succession movement and Social Democratic Party. Which the Liberal Party is still super big because this super powerful intelligentsia. But now the Social Democratic Party being separated out is pretty nice because I think we could do this. Yeah, let's just do this. I know we create some radicals and we have an election coming up anyways, but we actually want to be able to work on that, so. Let's take a look at the infamy. We declare a biggish war. We do need more rubber, that's true. I guess maybe Spain? Spanish South Cameroon? Where's Spanish South Cameroon? Oh, there it is. Spanish Congo, I think, is what we want. And then Spain will be out of Africa. If we return both of those. They're not able to colonize, though. Like, Portugal would be much more significant to start doing stuff too. Congo's bugged out, so I kind of wouldn't mind annexing Congo. Just because they're bugged. Ambizia would be decent to take. Do any of these have... No, none of them have lead. Could just continue conquering these. I think this is incorporated now, so we might be able to return state. Ooh, Buganda is freaking huge. What the hell? What is this about? 1.5 million pop? That's kind of what that's about? Okay. Might have to get those guys in the old-fashioned way. Could also go after Zanzibar. Could go after the United States of America, trying to take this and some of this stuff. Looks like they're done colonizing here, so we still have to take all this land from them. Would not mind fully connecting here. Going through Rift Valley. So going for Rift Valley is maybe decent here. I think I'm going to call it an episode here. This episode, what we have done is we have doubled construction, roughly speaking. 1337, nice. We've doubled construction, roughly speaking. We mainly just doing all the recovery in terms of like the market situation from exiting Great Britain market, Great British market, which has all been quite nice. Starting to get in like really nice shape just overall. And this has been good. We are looking for force recognition wars. Not really finding them right now. We do have quite a bit of infamy available. So I think what we're probably going to do is we're going to try and start taking pieces back from the United States of America. Maybe do this so they can't colonize anymore. So taking this was probably important to completely get them out, because I don't think they can colonize through this adjacency. So we're going to be doing that. Hope you enjoyed. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and have a good one.